Hi, I am Kayla and I am back to welcome you to part 2 of the video training module number 4, drawing an order with allocated time slots using the standard drawn order option in Equus Organizer. In this second part to video training module 4, I want to share with you how to download a PDF version of the drawn orders you created in part 1 and show you how to add in late entries to the system and integrate them in to the original drawn order. When the drawn order has been published, the entire order and allocated time slots are locked and should not be changed, unless you need to completely draw the order again. If you absolutely do need to redraw the order again, for whatever reasons, remember that the emails have already been sent out to each of the competitors and they have already got their times. In practice, they are normally sent out at the top of the hour after you have published them. So, to avoid confusion, if you really do need to change the draw, you must first unpublish the original one and start the process again. When the draw is completed and published for the second time, this will then send out more emails with the revised times to all the competitors. If you have late entries and there are sufficient spare slots to accommodate them, you can simply and easily add these in later without changing any of the original times that have been allocated. The entire drawn order can be downloaded as a PDF and printed, and replicated by clicking on the start list or drawn order reports that you can see here. The spare slots can either be shown in the order as they are here, or if you prefer, they can be removed from the PDF by simply changing the configuration in the company settings section. The PDF will show each of the classes separately. When you are drawing orders for almost any event, there will inevitably always be late entries, and it is in the interests of the organizer to ensure that the system can handle them effectively and simply. This is where adding the spare entries into the drawn order is so important, because there inevitably will be contingencies and situations that you need to manage, and having sufficient spare entries will make that a lot easier for you. Taking late entries is very easy to do, and to allow this to work, the class that you want to take the late entry for first needs to be changed from closed to open. To do this, click on the classes grid for the event and select View Classes. Choose the class you want to open and click on the class wording. The class configuration will open up and you need to scroll across to the class status and change it from closed to open. Save the change and class will be open to take entries again. Now go to the Class Entries grid from the main menu under Event Management, and you will see all the existing entries like this. Click on the New Entry button and add in the late entry, horse and rider name and account details. Select the class to enter them into, which in this case is Class 1, and complete the back office entry as normal. The combination is now entered into the class. If you now click on the class entry number that you just entered and select Late Entry from the drop-down menu, the system will change the entry to reflect it is a late one and alter the charges to reflect the late entry, supplementary charge if appropriate to the account. In this case, £21 for the late entry as opposed to £18 for a standard entry as configured in the class configuration. The entry number will have a suffix added of the letters LE to clearly show the entry was received late. Now that the late entry has been entered into the system, the next task is to integrate it into the existing published drawn order so that it has a start time and fits smoothly into the overall running of the class. To do this, go to the Drawn Order and Standard Option tab and select the class you want to add the entry into like this. You will see that the late entry appears on the left-hand side of the Drawn Order screen under Entered. If you click on the Assign button next to the late entry details, the system will show you all of the free spare slots that are available. You can choose the most appropriate slot and allocate that slot to the late entry. The late entry will be relocated in the Declared section in the spare slot you selected to form part of the original drawn order. The system will then send out an email to confirm the allotted time to the late entry and attach a copy of the overall drawn order. In the situation where there are no additional free spare slots to allocate, the only option is to allocate the late entry the time for slot 1, so that multiple combinations will share that time slot. Once again, this illustrates the importance of allowing sufficient spare slots to manage all possible situations. And so, in summary, and to close this video training module on drawing an order, with allocated time slots using the standard drawn order tool. When the drawn order has been published, the entire order and allocated time slots are locked and should not be changed, unless you really need to completely draw the order again. You can download a PDF version of the drawn order that you can copy and distribute as required. You can take late entries, and as long as you have allocated sufficient spare time slots for each class in the drawn order, you can allocate them a spare slot so they smoothly just fit into the drawn order for the class. This is the standard option for drawing an order for an equestrian event and well suited for show, jumping and simple events, and it's quick, simple and much easier to do. There is an alternative, more advanced method for drawing orders in Equus Organizer that is particularly useful for complex dressage events where you need to see potential timing conflicts, or all the entries in for an entire day in one place, or you are running the same event concurrently across multiple arenas. The next video training module 4A will show you how to use this more advanced version if appropriate. That's all from me for now. Thank you again for your time watching this video, and remember, you can always call Equus Innovation to get direct support at any time on the number shown here and select Support. Good luck, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.